let's understand benefits of machine learning. Research in the machine learning area has been going on for more than 50 years. However, the progress of using the machine learning in real world application has been slow until last few years because machine learning algorithms requires a vast amount of memory and vast amount of processing power, which was not available until last few years. But recent advances in processor architecture and also availability of large amount of memory makes machine learning applications really feasible, and they are becoming very popular these days. If you look at some of the statements done by the experts in the machine learning field, it is said that artificial intelligence is new electricity. So machine learning is a branch of artificial intelligence where we specialize in pattern recognition. So Andrew Ng, who's the famous Stanford professor, has recognized the fact that the current environment of having really high speed processors and vast amount of memory makes artificial intelligence and machine learning is reality, and we can start using benefits of the machine learning applications now rather than later. So the demand for machine learning skills is increasing in recent years. So I was just looking at the various trends for machine learning skills in recent years. So if you look at the Google Trends for machine learning skills, you can see that the demand was pretty flat until 2013, but ever since then the demand has been increasing constantly over last number of few years, and it still kept on increasing. I also did few more Google Trends on how many jobs are there in the machine learning area right now, and they have been increasing after year 2015, which is about past 3 years. If you also take a look at the salary for machine learning job, it has started increasing since 2015, and it is constantly going up. If you look at the typical salary for machine learning jobs, it's about, the base pay is about $114,000 per year. So if you are an engineer who's stuck doing the age-old technology jobs which are not relevant anymore, like learning mainframe or doing a job where the skills are outdated, and if you want like to learn the skills which are contemporary and which are in demand right now, machine learning is the area where you should focus your effort. And in this particular course, I will be teaching you about machine learning from scratch. Usually when machine learning topic comes up, people get scared because they have been told that you need to really understand extensive mathematics and statistics in order to understand machine learning. However, reality is not that true. Reality is far different. As a programmer, you would just need to understand the intuition behind the machine learning algorithm and need to have ability to leverage the appropriate machine learning algorithms for your application, and then be able to fine tune those algorithms to solve your use case. That's all you need. And in this course, I will be teaching you on how to build that intuition with a specific example. At the heart, machine learning is nothing but recognizing the pattern in a sophisticated fashion. And the machine learning algorithm is teaching a machine, which is nothing but a computer, to recognize patterns based on the data. So once the patterns are recognized, the machines will be able to predict future trends based on the past. For example, if you can use machine learning to predict the stock future prices based on the past prices. Machine learning is also very popular to predict medical diagnosis very accurately based on the data collected from millions of patients. It is also useful in e-commerce industry to recommend the right product based on the user's purchase history and also the purchase history from other users who have similar habits. So it really helps user to narrow down and get the product that he wants quickly, and it helps the companies to personalize the e-commerce experience for a user based on his previous browsing history. Of course, as you know, these days Uber, Lyft and many car companies, they are investing heavily into self-driving cars, and this is one area where I am particularly passionate because in US, as you know, public transport is not that good, and most of the time we depend on cars. Now this option is okay as long as you are young, but if you take example of kids or even the older people who are unable to drive cars, it becomes really difficult for them to go around without depending on other people. So that's where self-driving cars would come in handy for those people and they don't have to depend on other people. So these days, as you know, we gather data from a lot of IoT applications like home sensors, like your smart homes, refrigerators, cell phones, mobile phone, tablets, earthquake sensors. We are gathering vast amount of data, and humans are not just enough. They cannot just scale to understand the vast amount of data themselves. So machine learning is the area where you can feed all this data to computer and you can teach computer to learn the patterns from this data and then help the entire world to take appropriate action based on the data. For example, it can learn from the earthquake history, let's say in Bay Area, and it can predict when the next earthquake is going to happen. This will help all the people in Bay Area to take proper action much before the actual earthquake happens. Same thing is true for other disasters like tornadoes, floods, and fires.